Hey, and welcome to another episode of Motors and Meats. Today I'm dealing with a fuel delivery problem. So I let my gas get extremely low. This is a bad idea. Don't ever do that. I'm talking way low. And 24-year-old gas tank is bound to have some sediment down in the bottom of it. And I either ruined my fuel pump or at least clogged my fuel filter. So I've ordered both. I'm going to start with the fuel filter, and then if that works, great, I'll return the fuel pump. If not, we get to do the fuel pump today. Been so incredibly nasty out here lately. Rain every day, and you guys know I live on a dirt road. The county just got through bringing out some fresh gravel. They're getting ready to pave it. I might actually have some decent asphalt to drive down from now on, and no more of this filthy, nasty mud caking on the car every time it rains. But anyway, we have a nasty working condition today. Thankfully, my wife has bought me a very cool present for Christmas. I have this mat that's felt on this side and oil and water resistant on the other side. So I just slide that underneath there wherever I need to go, and I don't get nasty. So for somebody who doesn't have a lift, who works in an open garage like this, those things are lifesavers. I'm always ruining my clothes, so maybe I won't ruin them so fastly now, especially not these awesome Auto Amateur t-shirts. Can't be ruining that. So the first thing that we have to do is take off at least one of the underbody panels. Let me slide you underneath there and let you see what I'm talking about. All the way up. Ooh, yeah, there you go. So those are some 10mm plastic nuts that hold that on, and we're going to take those off and drop this middle body panel because the filter is supposed to be hidden in the transmission tunnel right there. And one quick note, I am doing it on a 99 model Carrera 2. So I understand that the Carrera 4 and the GT3 cars actually have the fuel filter mounted back inside here somewhere underneath the deck lid right here. So if this doesn't apply to you, sorry, there are other videos out there that I've seen. In fact, I have not seen a video yet doing what I'm about to do, but I have seen it done on a C4 before. Alright, this may not be easy to see, but just to give you a reference, we'll kind of pan back down here. This is the end of the transmission mount, and directly behind this, and behind this, and behind this is the fuel filter. It's that silver thing right inside of there. So I think we have to drop these two bolts out right here to remove this bracket so we can separate these pipes to get the fuel filter out. Looks like it'll probably slide up easier and come out easier from here. Alright, so I've got a light in here. We can actually see what we're doing now. You can clearly see the fuel filter in here now. So this end here, it has a squeeze clip on it. I don't know if there's a more proper term than that, but you press a button and then you can pull it off. Also, you can see the ground wire that's attached, and it just slips on. And then sliding back to this end, you can see the other fuel line that comes in, and this one's actually attached to the fuel filter, and you back out here to underneath the car, and that's where it happens. Here you can see the press button on this. You press that and then it'll slide out. So I also have a bowl to try to catch some gas. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get this thing out, because this is not a very open spot to get this thing out of, but I've got to pull everything loose first and then try to work it out. I can pry apart these pipes now, some that I've got that clip slid all the way down to where the other one is. I might could get it to slide down even further, but I think that that's going to be enough. I've read that that's the biggest pain of doing this whole job, is getting the thing out of here. So I don't know how long it's going to drip fuel, but we'll find out in just a moment. I'm still dripping a little bit of gas, but for the most part it was all just inside of the filter, so I was able to pour all that off, as I'm sure you saw in that time lapse. But coming out between this wide part was not the answer. It was to slide it on down a little bit further, closer to the transmission, and then there's plenty of room for it to come out from underneath there. So now we just need to reverse all that and put the new one back in. It looks like our hose clamp that holds it in place slipped off, so I've got to figure out how exactly that attaches, but that shouldn't be too complicated. And then we can see if that fixes it, or if we also need to change the fuel pump. So that's back in place. The hose clamp was a lot more difficult to deal with than I thought it would be. It's got to go around a fixed metal band inside of here and around the fuel filter, and trying to get all that with virtually no room to work except for what you can get your fingers into. That was difficult. You know, all that really holds this thing on though is a hose clamp, and then one fuel line connection, another fuel line connection, and a ground wire. Very simple in theory, but just fiddly to mess with, like most things on this car. Nothing on this car is hard to work on, really, nothing. It's just tight spaces. Now, so I'm going to put this body cover back on, and then we're going to see if this works. If not, we'll get to move on to the fuel pump. All right, so that's all done. I'm about to try to crank it up. Before I do, I'm going to turn the key on and see if we can hopefully hear the fuel pump running. If we do, that should be a good sign that it's going to crank. There is a sound. It's very faint. It doesn't sound as strong as it usually does. Let's see if anything happens. I don't know, that didn't sound so great. But it seems to be back in order now. let's go for a test drive and see if we can get stuck somewhere. So I'm really hesitant to go anywhere because there's no pushing this car back up my hill. It's pretty steep. I'm just gonna cut back and forth around the driveway for a moment here, and then if I feel brave, we'll go down the road. I'm just gonna drive through my yard. Off-roading the 911. So just putting around the yard, everything seems to be in order. It's been running now for about 7 or 8 minutes, nice and smooth. So we're gonna give it a run down the road, and hopefully I don't have to call somebody to tow me home again. And it just stopped. Yeah, we're rolling backwards now. There's no way it's gonna crank up, but let's try. Fuel pump. So if I can get somebody to drag me back home, hey, maybe I'll just roll the whole way. We get to do the fuel pump next. Ooh, I got it to crank again. So now I'm backing through the mud down the gross driveway. Hopefully it'll last long enough to get me back up the hill. Well, I got it back down the driveway, back up the hill. Trying to make it fail again. Just, I don't know, maybe it just needed to clear its throat. I definitely don't want to try it any further away than my driveway though. What do you think? Should I just go ahead and change it out? I've decided I'm gonna give it one more shot. Nice crank there. I'm gonna go down to the very end of my road. There's a circle that I can just drive around and around. Let it come fully up to temp. Try to get some revs into it. Try to get it to die again, but I think that this job is done for now. So put in the comments if you think that my next video is going to be changing out the fuel pump for sure, or not. You tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear it.